word that's been bandied about.
That has
say,
been.
well, that's people that have faith in science.
It's like, well, I don't necessarily know that I have faith in science because science can be proven, so I kind of have a fact in
I don't
science.
have faith. I see things backed by evidence, and I hate that word faith. I hate it. I mean, that's what, like I say, that's what turned me out of religion, was saying I had to have faith. I don't have to have faith in anything.
No.
I don't have faith that the sun comes up in the morning. I have a good possibility that it will, because it has for as long as I've been alive. Fuckers come up about every morning, unless it's cloudy.
Yeah, unless it's cloudy.
I'm pretty sure it came up then.
I'm pretty sure it came up because it got brighter.
So, faith, or is it just going with the odds? I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to define faith then. Or fuck that.
Well, shit, that's a whole different ball of worms.
I like the definition that faith is believing things without good reason to.
Yes, that's a great.
I have good reason to believe the sun will come up because it has shown me the data points are forever. You know, as far back as we have history, that it came up every day.
Yeah.
Or the Earth has rotated. You know, whatever. So. Yeah. Are you saying that's faith? If you are, you're fucked, because that doesn't compare to faith you have in religion.
No.
Because you've never seen the supernatural. You've never felt the supernatural. You've never dealt with the supernatural, because it's supernatural because it's not in this natural world.
Exactly. And if it was, it would be in this natural world, and it wouldn't be supernatural.
It wouldn't be supernatural, and we'd have measurements. We'd know what it was, and there wouldn't have people being atheists because we'd know what it was.
Exactly.
Or at least we could be detecting it.
Yeah.
I can't say we don't know everything about the natural world. Probably we'll never know everything about the natural world.
I don't think we will.
Universe. That's a universe.
Well, universe. That's a vast.
Good God, yes.
I mean, that's so vast. I just don't.
And we don't even know physics changes when you go back to the beginning far enough that how do you deal with that then? The only physics we know is what we've got. You know. It's like, you're gonna change physics now? Yeah, there's just crazy crap. This whole thing into religion is really. I knew that definitions were difficult, but this is a bitch.
It's like a rabbit hole. I mean, you just go and just keep
whoever
digging.
You're talking to, if it becomes a word that's an issue, so how do you define it? That's the definition you'll use with that person, because it can go all over the place.
And that's a good thing to do, especially if you're going to get into an argument, or if you're having an argument with a theist. Would be say, okay, well, what do you define as religion? Because I might not be thinking the same thing you are.
I reject it. I reject an atheist being called religious in his atheism, unless that person's doing something daily or devotionally to that cause of atheism. That's why I say you could almost say the podcasting's promoting it, but I'm not really promoting anything.
No,
I'd like to see the evidence if they had it, but nobody's got any.
But nobody's got evidence.
Not true evidence that would change my mind on it. I mean, I just need one piece of.
Yeah, one piece, and then I shouldn't say just one piece, but
I remember that Dylan Honey said this a million times. Says, "I don't know what would convince me, but God does. If there's a God there, He knows what convinced me. So it's His fault I don't believe." And that's off my shoulders, more or less, you know, because that's
what I feel. If there's a God, it's His fault.
I've never been given that evidence by Him or any other human.
Nobody's
on this earth. I don't know. Now, is Dylan Honey and those guys, Dawkins and all of them, are they religious in the practice of atheism? I don't know. I don't know. I guess technically, it depends upon your definition of religion again.
Yeah, it's like if it's something that they do, you know, religiously,
he goes on speaking tours. He's written books about it.
Yeah.
But there's no Church of Dawkins.
No.
It's just like anybody else. You read books. Well, I kind of like this. There's some things I really agree with. Some things I'm a little confused by, and some things I don't really think I care for a whole lot. But most of his stuff, I hang on the words. They're really good.
Huh.
But they're thought out. You know, shows the skeptic side, and where there's evidence. His evolution books are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just love it. Religious, though. I just don't feel too damn religious about anything.
Religious about anything. You know, like you said, we do the podcast every week, but I don't consider that religious, though. It's not like it's a religious
I don't
thing.
either. Not in any definition of the word that I have.
Not in the definitions that
We
I've
don't
seen.
have some group that we're leading around, and these are our doctrines
Yeah.
of anti-theism. Here you must adhere to these.
Yeah.
I don't know of any such thing. Atheism just deals with your belief in a God, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen atheists that were Republican, Democrat, very liberal, very reactionary. I've seen,
Yeah.
in abortion, no abortion. I mean, all the issues, it's everywhere after you get past atheism.
Yep.
Believe in aliens landing, not believe in aliens, Bigfoot,
Yeah.
you name it. I mean, it's all over the place. Some of them, they don't believe in God, but they'll believe in a lot of other shit. And some of them don't believe in anything
Yeah.
to speak of.
So I know people that are atheists in the sense that they don't believe in a God.
You may be
But
an
yet-
atheist and be religious in other things.
Yeah.
But
But still want to see that. But they're still searching out for that proof of ghost.
yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah,
It's like,
there's all kinds of people into the ghost hunting shit.
yeah.
Or
It's like,
shit.
whoa.
I said shit.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, it is shit.
So, yeah, sorry guys, we're not a fountain of information on religion, but
No, but there's just
I
so much of it out there that's just so crazy.
read the wiki on it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's a lot of archaic type shit they put in there,
Okay.
but a lot of people have defined it as stuff that we would never think of these days. I mean, it's pretty crazy definition some of the old timers have used for it. I say old timer, the last couple 100 years.
Damn.
It's just a word that's still developing. And we said it before, say it again. Whoever you're having the discussion with, define it with them, agree on it.
Yep.
So that's fine with me. That's the definition we'll use today.
Yep.
If it agrees with the world, I mean.
Because in order to have a discussion with somebody about it, you gotta know what that word means to both of you. Can't say that
They can't. Well, I define religion as standing on your left leg and poking yourself in the eye with your right thumb. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, they need to be within the realm of religion, which is usually, dogmas or certain things that apply to a group, and they are devoted to that dogma or writ or whatever, whether it's Bible or whatever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be that, because Buddhists don't have a God, so the God really doesn't fit all of them.
Mm-mm.
And they give Buddhism a religious status.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and I guess
all these ones saying higher power and all. Well, I guess unless you're talking about nirvana or something in Buddhism,
maybe
is that your higher power? I don't know.
But I didn't think they classify.
Doesn't mean anything to me, but
no, it doesn't.
But it isn't a group that adheres to a doctrine.
Yes.
And so they did the doctrine of the Buddha as he gave it, and I don't know of any doctrine we have as atheists that is an atheist doctrine. Atheists shall always do this or do that. And there's nothing there. Just, do you believe in a God or not? And then from there on, you got your own shit to deal with.
That's your own stuff.
Do you wipe with your left hand or your right hand? Well, I'm not Muslim, so it's my right hand.
Yeah.
I can't do much with my left.
Yeah, kind of crippled with that left.
So, yeah.
Huh.
What, you got anything else for religion?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I got a whole lot else to say about it, because it's just such a vast deal.
Well, I think scientism.
Oh, yes.
There are people that believe science is the method to get to truth. And it's the only one I know of to truly get to truth. You make a hypothesis, you come up with ways to test the hypothesis.
And you test
If there's enough data points and enough successes, you form a theory from all these successful experiments that have been repeated and other people looked at and said, yeah, those results are good. And then you come to
make your
theory.
peer-reviewed theory. That way peers can review it and they can test it if they want.
And you use that as a model until somebody improves it. Which they're always saying science is changing as a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing.
No, it's a good thing.
If we were still just with Newton's laws of gravity, well, if we hadn't had Einstein's improvements, we'd still be sucking on hind tit. I mean, you gotta.
So it has to be improved on.
Science needs to improve.
It doesn't have to be, but
we're always headed for truth and building on truths that are known. Sometimes you wipe out old truths.
Yes.
as the society's accepted as truth, like what Lord Kelvin thought.
Oh.
I forget that it was 150 million year old universe, or the sun was, because of fuel consumption. He was totally wrong. Which I can't remember if it's Kelvin or which one it was, but he was wrong. Well, that went away,
Yeah.
And science has figured, it's much older. The sun's probably 4.5, 5 billion years old, and the universe is 14. I've heard anywhere from 13.8 to 14.5, 15 billion years old.
Yep.
I don't know how old the universe is, but damned old.
It's old.
It's old enough that our lifetimes don't mean shit as far as its age.
We're kind of a speck in the.
But science keeps improving. They find more data points.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. This refines this theory better. This makes this model work better. If they get the subatomic particle model figured out one of these days, there'll be another big boom to science. But the next thing will come. It will just keep improving. Religion
does not improve.
Only when secular people force it to.
Yeah, I guess should say that. Yeah,
they used to burn witches and finally got them to quit doing that. I mean, well, at least for then.
For then.
Slavery was tough. They used the Bible to do their slavery. In this country, England, all over, slavery was the thing.
Yep.
And finally thought we might have that settled, and you still got people today saying, well, that's biblical slavery. You can bring it back today. Actually, you are slaves now.
Oh, hell.
It's like, no, I can walk off anytime I want.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to listen to your shit. I can walk off and turn it off anytime I want.
It's like, I don't, yeah. It's not the same as being a slave.
No, it's not.
But they think it'd be okay.
Oh, yeah. It would be just fine. You'd have just everything you need.
So, I think scientism, if you want to call it a religion, to me, religion makes it phony. But religious, as far as a doctrine and something to follow, yeah, the scientific method is a good doctrine to follow.
Yes.
Come up with your hypothesis, propose something, and if you can test it, go on. If you can't test it, throw it out.
Yep. Throw it out,
or put it on the back burner until you figure out a way to test it. Like
yeah,
string
put it back
theory.
there. Like, I
they can't test string theory as yet.
No,
they haven't thrown it away, but until you can figure out a way to test it,
just put
it doesn't really apply that well yet.
No, not yet.
Einstein's theory, they came up with ways to test it, and they're still testing it to this day. What was it, just a few years back? The gravitational waves.
Yes.
Wow. They said it was predicted. There they are.
Yeah. It's like,
so, every time you turn around, there's something else confirming it, but they also think there's still something wrong with it, that in which science will keep going. His mathematics, the formula will still stick, but there's going to be something else come up that improves it.
Yes.
It's like Newton's laws of gravity have never gone away. Einstein redefined them, and Newton's formulas still work, but it's better now. You might say,
Yeah.
And Einstein's theory will get improved, and science will improve. Our whole astrophysics will improve on our understanding of black holes. We'll improve on abiogenesis. And all the religious people can just be as pissed as they want, but truth will come out eventually. They can hide it as long as they want, but it will come out. And they'll be drug along, screaming and clawing until they finally come around.
Oh, yes.
But they fight any change because they think it's fucking up their religion. I hope it would. I really do. But they can still believe in it. Just, you got to have a little truth sneak in once in a while.
Yeah, you got to have some facts in there, too, other than just your assumptions of what you think.
Yeah. So yeah, scientism, I guess you could call it a religion. Some of the guys are. I don't know. My head's kind of swimming this way. I listened to The Pocket Atheist by Christopher Hitchens.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a good read. He brought up a lot of, from Mark Twain to all kinds of the old writers and things they had to say on atheism. And real eye-opener. I got to listen to it again because I missed a lot of it. Working while you're listening is hard to...
Yeah, it is.
Get it.
Especially, it's like, what did he just say? Wait a minute, back that up. What did he say? I don't...
But listening to all that and then trying to figure out this religion thing is just about blowing my pea brain this week. But this has been an eye-opener. I understand more about definitions of words and things.
Yeah.
You can't define every word very simply. And a lot of words have multiple meanings, multiple definitions. It's like, which definition do you want to use? And we'll argue that definition.
And then we'll go from
under
there.
that definition's rules. And that's just about all you can do. Same with a God. Well, describe your God, define him, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, then we'll talk about him.
Most of them don't want to do that.
Oh no, it's the only God.